This package is presented by Ajon Reuben A. On the topic wiring design and protection. Branch circuits. Reverse. Outlet devices. Outlet devices shall have an ampere rating not less than the load to be reserved. Identification of conductors. A conductor used as a grounded conductor shall be identifiable and distinguishable from all other conductors. A conductor used as an equipment grounding conductor shall be identifiable and distinguishable from all other conductors as illustrated. Identification of conductors. Grounded conductors and equipments grounding conductors marked or color-coded so that employees can identify and tear apart. Grounded conductor is an energized circuit conductor that is connected to earth through the system grounded, commonly referred to as the neutral. Conductors. Equipment grounding conductors act as a safeguard against insulation failure or faults in the other circuit conductors. Not energized conductor under normal conditions. Energized if a leak or fault in the normal current path directs current back to the source, enabling fuses or circuit breakers to operate. Identification of conductors. Grounded conductors identify and distinguished from other conductors, white or gray. Equipment grounding conductors identify and distinguished green, white, green, yellow stripes or bell. An identification of grounded and grounding conductors. No grounded conductor may be attached to any terminal or read so as to reserve polarity. A grounding terminal on the receptacle called connector or plug may not be used for purpose other than grounding. Polarity of connections. Improper connection of these conductors, hot and neutral, is most prevalent on smaller branch circuits. Standard 120 volts receptacle outlets, cold and plug connected equipment. Reversed polarity. Reverse polarity is a condition when the grounded conductor neutral is incorrectly connected to the ungrounded hot terminal of a plug, receptacle, or other type of conductor. The diagram illustrated normal wiring and reverse polarity. Connecting means. General means shall be provided to disconnect all conductors in a building or other structures from the service entrance conductors. The disconnecting means shall primarily indicate whether it is in the open or closed position and shall be installed at a readily accessible location nearest the point of entrance of the service entrance conductors. Service over 600 volts nominal. 1. Grounded to make them accessible only to qualified persons. 2. Signs warning of high voltage shall be posted where other than qualified employees might come in contact with live parts. Circuit breakers. Circuit breakers shall clearly indicate whether they are in the open or closed position. The path to ground from circuits, equipment, and enclosures shall be permanent and continuous. Grounding continuous. There are two kinds of grounding. 1. Electrical circuit or system grounding. 2. Electrical equipment grounding, as illustrated. Electrical system grounding. One conductor of the circuit is intentionally grounded to earth, protects circuit from lightning or other high voltage contact. Equipment grounding. All metal frames and enclosures of equipment are grounded by a permanent connection or band. The equipment grounding conductor provides a path for dangerous fault current to return to the system. Ground at the supply source should a fault occur. Grounding equipment connected by cord or plug. Exposed non-current carrying metal part of cord and plug connected equipment which may become energized shall be grounded if in a hazardous location, if operated at over 150 volts. The diagram illustrates cord and plug connection equipment without a grounding conductor. Also is the diagram of cord and plug connected equipment with a grounding conductor. Note that properly bounded conduit and associated metal enclosures can also serve as a grounding conductor. Circuit interrupters, GFCI'S. A GFCI is not an overcurrent device like a fuse or circuit breaker. GFCI'S are designed to sense an imbalance in current flow over the nominal part. Ground fault circuit interrupters continuous. GFCI contain a special sensor that monitors the strength of the magnetic field around each wire in the circuit when current is flowing. The field is proportional to the amount of current flow. Continuation. If the current flowing in the black ungrounded wire is within 5 milliamperes of the current flowing in the white grounded, all the path current will flow in the normal path. If the current flow differs by more than 5 milliamperes positive / negative 1 milliamperes, the GFCI will quickly open the circuit. A diagram illustrated how the GFCI protects people by opening the circuit when current flows through a ground fault path. GFCI'S. GFCI'S are complex mechanisms. They must be tested on a regular basis. Installation must be correct according to the listing and labeling requirements, or the GFCI will not protect as designed. For permanently mounted types, once a mount testing is recommended, portable GFCI'S should be tested before each use. GFCI'S have a test circuit which imposes an artificial ground fault when the test button is pushed. Wiring methods, components, and equipment for general use. The path to ground from circuits, equipment, and enclosures shall be permanent and continuous. Circuit breakers. Circuit breakers shall clearly indicate whether they are in the open or closed position. Flexible cords and cables shall be protected from accidental damage. Sharp corners and projections shall be avoided where passing through doorways or other pinch points. Flexible cords and cables shall be provided with protection to avoid damage. Flexible cords. Where passing through doorways or other pinch points, flexible cords and cables shall be provided with protection to avoid damage. Conductors entering box, cabinets, or fittings. Conductors can be damaged if they rub against the sharp edge of cabinet, boxes, or fittings. Where they entered, they must be protected by some types of chrome or rubber grommet. The device used must close the hole through which the conductor passed, as well as provide protection from abrasion. Conductors entering box, cabinets, or fittings. If the conductor is in a conduit and the conduit fit tightly in the opening, additional sealing is not required. The knockouts in cabinets, boxes, and fittings should be removed only if conductors are to be run through them. Open knockouts and other holes must be closed. Continuation of conductors entering box, cabinet, or fittings. All pull boxes, junction box, and fittings must be provided with approved covers. If covers are metal, they must be grounded. Each outlet box must have a cover, faceplate, or fixture canopy. Closures for damp or wet locations. Cabinets, outlets, box, fittings, and panel boards shall be weatherproof. Switches, circuit breakers and switch boards shall be in weatherproof enclosures. Use of flexible cords and cables. Flexible cords and shall be approved and suitable for connections of use and location. The OSHA electric standard lists specific situations in which flexible cords may be used. Prohibited uses of flexible cords. Except for the previously listed exemptions, flexible cords may not be used for A. as a substitute for fixed wiring of the structure, B. where run through holes in walls, ceilings, or floors, C. where run through doors, windows, etc. Of application. There are usually citations when the usage is obviously not temporary and when the cord is extended to some distant outlet in order to avoid providing a fixed outlet where needed. Applications, splice and terminations. Flexible cords shall only be used in continuous length, no tabs or slides. Damage, cord, improperly repaired as illustrated in the diagram. Identification, splice and termination continuance. Flexible cords shall be connected to devices and fittings so that strains relief is provided, which will prevent pull from being directly transmitted to joints or terminal screws. Continuation of identification, splice and terminations. Flexible cords shall be used only in continuous lengths without splice or tabs. Hard service flexible cords number 12 or large may be repaired if spliced so that the splice retains the insulation. Outer sheet properties and usage characteristics of the cord being spliced. Note: the National Electric Code allows splice in 14 gauge or greater wire. Thank you very much for your attention.